They do respawn. There was no point in me wasting time making Bow Wow eat all of those. Hi, I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to Level 2 of Link's Awakening DX, Bottle Grotto. Guess what? We can't lift bottles slash pots slash jars slash pottery with our bare hands. In case you didn't know. So, we are back at a version of my favorite Zelda game of all time. You can play this on Nintendo Switch Online if you'd like. I didn't bring that up before. I mean, I brought up that I played it there, but you're very free to follow along if you really don't want to play the 2019 remake, which I find stellar. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I promise you it's so good. So just play it, please. Guess what? In the remake of this remake, those are called Shy Guys, you know, from Mario. But here they're called Mask Mimics in some sources. And we already have the compass! You know how I feel about it. It has a new feature. A tone will tell you if a key is hidden in a room when you enter. God, have I mentioned I love this game? Also, why did I go down instead of left? I should have gone left. Oops. Because we saw that key back there, you know? This is a Stalfos Knight, I think? Put it on screen if it's wrong. Okay, let's get that off of there. So, I don't actually have too many more notes to talk about here. We've talked about the fact this is a remake a million times over at this point. So I think we've got that pretty well covered. I love that you can walk on top here. And guess what? You can jump across. If you're not already on them, you can't jump over them. But if you're on them already, you're good. The cats are distracting me already. Once again, I'm still recording this in the same session as the beginning because I've only played like a little over an hour. And we're already in level 2. What a beautiful, concise experience. I plan on doing this in probably 3. Forcing myself to drag it out to 3 sessions. Just so I don't get too dry on commentary, because it's already pretty dry. Also, blade traps. Those are fun. Mr. Fart keeps trying to go into the laundry room, and he can't go in there. I saw a baby mouse in there in the garbage can. I left him there. He was old enough to jump. He had a full thing of hair, but he was extremely tiny. Oh, I love mice. Yes, we have house mice. We're trying to get rid of them, but they're living in the walls. It's practically impossible, and we're not going to kill them. I'm not evil enough for that. I didn't even like killing the roaches, but we did. Well, I took no part in it, but I didn't stop it from happening either. But that infestation was ages ago at this point. No need to keep talking about it. Though I do need to call the exterminator later and ask them to come, on my wife's behalf, not mine, kill the wasps. The creatures living outside. I won't get started on that. My wife feels guilty enough for it as it is. And I know people think that's ridiculous. Oh, who cares? They're wasps. I don't know. I just think if you think that, you're an asshole. Like, they're a living thing. Where do you draw the line? Like, they're an animal too. You care about dogs, but you don't care about, like, fucking cows. I mean, and you know, this isn't a jab at meat eaters or anything. This is just, like, I don't know. There's meat eaters who think, like, oh, I have to do this. Or, you know what? Like, okay, that kills me. When they're like, oh, I have to do this. You don't have to do it. Why do you think that? Like, the strongest man in the world, the strongest person in the world is vegan. And, like, I'm living just fine. I'm healthier than most people I know. So, you don't have to eat meat. But, like, the people who are like, I'm just not going to. You know, that's I understand that, you know, animals are suffering because of me. And, you know, that's not cool, but I'm doing it anyway. As long as you're honest, you know, I think that's cool. That's fine. But don't come up to me and say, oh, I could never do that. Don't say that. You could. You just don't want to. It's fine if you tell me you don't want to. This looks pretty heavy. You won't be able to lift it with just your bare hands. So, you know, I'm not passing judgment on to meat eaters. I'm passing judgment on to the people who are like, oh, I could never do that. Because you could. You easily could. Don't give me that. It's like, I mean, I say that all the time. Like, you know, if people correct me, like, oh, I could never do that. Like, do we have the beak? Oh, we do have the beak. My bad. We missed some advice back there. Make every block design the same. A new path will open. Okay. It meant just pushing them, but what a weird way to word it. Also, we haven't talked about the side-scrolling sections and how amazing there are. They're part of this, the reason this is my favorite game of all time. This is a very... Sorry, no, not my favorite game of all time. That's Earthbound. Also covered on the channel with my lovely wife. In the 2-player seat. Because there is technically multiplayer. And... Okay, sure. Oh, when you pause, the loom writes up a good bit. Alright, get out of here, please. Alright, luckily we can go get some hearts. I'm sorry, where was that rant leading? I don't remember. I was talking about, spiders? No, why would I be talking about spiders? I was talking about exterminators. Oh, I was talking about the mouse and the garbage? I don't know. Some people, when they were kids, I think Galen, or maybe I read it on the internet, thought that the camera shot mouse was the bucket mouse. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Did we just die? Oh, my God. We died to a Hinox? Are you kidding? Okay. Whatever. You know what? I said if we die, we die. I just wasn't careful enough. God damn it. That's annoying. Should I meet you back? Yeah. Oh, here's this. Part of the floor is raised. Tap the blue crystal. Thanks. Yeah, we pretty much covered that already. We're good. Oh, that's right. They make you do it. Okay. And then, yeah, you just do that and we can ignore everything we already did. Whoa, controller. Now we're back. This is one of the easiest enemies in, like, the series. This might be the easiest mini-boss in the series. How am I doing this? How is this happening to me? Is this a joke? Are we gonna die twice? Okay. Yeah, he drops a fairy. Most mid-bosses drop a fairy. Are you kidding? Huh? What? I may have had trouble with this when I was terrible at Zelda games when I was 12 and played for the first time, but, like, god damn. I wanted to talk more... Oh, yeah, some people thought the camera shot mouse is the bucket mouse. No, but we never find anything about the bucket mouse, the guy on the phone in Orira's house. That was just a dumb little joke. First, defeat the imprisoned Pole's voice, enemy from Zelda 1. Last, Stalfos. Alright, thanks, dude. We will save those hearts for later. And we have one of these void things. Put its name on screen? I think it has a name? Oh, it saved us from falling and then... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my god. Oh, it is hard to control when that thing's doing its thing. At last, you got a map! Beautiful, beautiful. No, 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 no. We'll just go around the long way, the intended way. Okay. Nice and simple. Okay, that's the entrance there. Oh, because it's got the arrow. So we know what that pot is. Or, sorry, that chest. Do we have a key? Either way, I bet this is a key? No. Oh, yeah, duh, because it's just kind of sitting there. Of course it would be 20 rupees. Aha, we have no other places to go. These are boos! Now, if you just sit here and, like, slap them for a good long time, it's several times, they will disappear. What you're supposed to do is use magic powder to light the torches, but why would we do that when we don't have to waste magic powder? I've never actually done this. I've never seen the proof of this. So let's see if it's true. Let's just sit here and take forever and see if the room clears on its own. You know, in case you can't figure it out, I guess, is the idea. They're being nice to you. Even though in the entrance of the dungeon, you have to light the torches to open the way. So they are teaching you lighting torches is important in this dungeon. Oh, no, I thought that was just me stopping pressing the button, I guess, on accident. Alright. Oh, you only have to light one. Interesting. You found the power bracelet. I actually like its coloring in the original better. Because it was red. It feels weird blue because it's like a lighter... It's more red than blue in Zelda 1 anyway. At last, you can pick up pots and stones! This was replaced with the Goron's bracelet. Oh, no, we don't want that. We want this. The new item. in Ocarina of Time. But, and now I believe lifting pots is faster in this version. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And that text is completely gone. In the original, it stays until you leave the dungeon. Hold on, let's test it. Let's see. I could be wrong. Oh, no. Okay, that is the same. If you don't have the power bracelet equipped, if you're still in the dungeon, it still gives you the text. But I believe after this point onward, it never shows you the text again. I hope it doesn't, anyway. Okay, they're trying to teach you this here, I believe. Or they're trying to get you to do it, like, go to the bottom. I don't know. There's so many ways you can do this puzzle if you know what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll just... Oh, well, we could have just stayed up top, now that I think about it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Shit. Oh. Never mind. He made that very easy for us. I don't know why I thought I could do that. I said I wanted to talk more about the camera shop, and I didn't at all. So, it was designed to coincide with the release. I don't know about, like, time-wise coincide, but it's based around the Game Boy printer. Now, we had the printer option. We did have this in Pokemon Yellow already, I should say, where we could print our diploma for completing the Pokédex, which, by the way, so fucking cool that I got that. You can check that out. It's the final video on that playlist. I waited until I beat, Blue. So, right? It was earlier this year? No, Red. It was my final video of last year. Aha. We don't know how to beat this guy, but also we did it wrong. That's a Pole's voice. First, beat the imprisoned Pole's voice. Last, Stalfos. Okay, and it's not going to let us reset the room? That does it just fine, though, thankfully. Alright, yes, we need you equipped. How... This might be the only time in the game you have to kill enemies in a certain order. Now, in the original, in Zelda 1, I mean, Paul's voice were insanely hard to kill. A pot one-hit shots them here. Alright, now we have to kill the keys. And then last, Stalfos. Ta-da! That's how you get the Nightmares key! I love that puzzle. Nice and cryptic, but not too cryptic. And you feel valiantly rewarded. And look, it's Piranha Plant! We can get a heart from you. I love that they're coming out of these pipe-like things that aren't quite pipes. I don't know. Oh, the Mario references are so good. This game is so good because it's not a game that takes itself too seriously, and the developers clearly had fun doing it. But this is a shortcut back here if we wanted it. Oh, I'm so ready for this to be over. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I know why we would want to go back. First, we need you. Okay. That wasn't the controller's fault. I just didn't pull, I guess. Cause I do like that you have to pull. You have to, and then, you gotta press A, pick it up, and then pull back. At least, I think. That's how I've always done it, anyway. But I forgot to do this after we got the power bracelet. So let's go ahead and do it. And 50 rupees? Yeah, my memory is good. We have enough for the magic shovel. It's not a magic shovel. The deluxe shovel. The beautiful specialty shovel. Oh, no. We actually already have you equipped. Let's go back up the stairs because this seems to just be a shortcut. Now, people still bitched about the inventory management and how there's only 2 buttons, and that includes the sword and shield, so you're constantly swapping. Personally, I think you just get used to it, and it's fine. I have no problems. It's a minor inconvenience at worst. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. UI stuff usually doesn't bother me. Zelda games usually don't have the best UI, according to a lot of people, and especially nowadays, in the Switch 1 era, as I can call it now, because the Switch 2 is coming very soon, and I'm very excited for it, and I'm excited to rant about it, but I actually don't have much to say about the Game Boy printer. Wow, this looks pretty crazy. I mean, you won't be able to lift it with just your bare hands. I know. What? I was stuck. I wasn't moving. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, no, the stairs are going to take us in front of the boss, and then one of those rooms is after the boss. Okay. Got it. Okay, and see, that teaches you, in case you haven't gotten the Nightmare Key yet. Nightmare's Key, sorry. Gotta be grammatically correct and lore accurate. Also, here's what the pots look like underground. How nifty. It teaches you how to kill a Pole's voice. Also, this is a neat puzzle. I guess I should have shown you, but if it's just your weight, it won't move down. He makes this face. No, okay. I'm not equipping my Rock's Feather just to show you. I'm sorry. But you have to carry the pot with you to get the necessary weight to weigh down the sort of a thwomp. I don't know if that thing down there, if that right there has a name, even though I can't see his face. Actually, you know what? I will show you. There it is. Put his name on screen if he has one. Oh, I'm so disjointed. What have I done? Why did I do that? Again, with the disjointment. I've actually never dislocated a bone or a joint, because it's the same difference. Never broken a bone, and I'm very happy about that in my life. It's not relevant. I have nothing to say about the Game Boy printer. It was a neat little novelty. The Game Boy camera also existed and was extremely low quality, but people do cool vintage 2010s Tumblr-esque stuff with Game Boy camera photos, and I think it's pretty cool. They're very low quality, but they're very charming. I never had one, because I only ever had a Game Boy Advance, and it's only compatible with, I think, Game Boy Color. Maybe original Game Boy, probably. But, it was a cool, nifty little, it wasn't even a gimmick. It was just an add-on, something you could do. It was never required for gameplay at all, especially not the camera. Ho, ho, ho! I'm your bad guy this time! Ho, ho, ho! I decided to change his voice last minute. This is Genie. Nah, nah. You can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle. He doesn't say that originally. They gave him more hint text, and he throws his fireballs much more slowly in DX. I thought they made him too easy, honestly. Oh, no, this is the text they added. I can't move, but I am still alright. Your little sword won't break this bottle. Here's what you do. A lot of people found this cryptic even with that hint, and I can see why, but you clearly gotta use your new dungeon item to beat him. Alright, and I am actually way better at him when he throws the fireballs faster. I guess I'm just more used to that? I don't know. If I die to this guy, I'm gonna be so sad. Oh, I forgot we already died into the Hinox. Nah, nah, you can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle. This is one of those bosses that's really satisfying to kill because he just pisses you off. Alright, he doesn't do a full heart of damage, right? This early in the game? There's no way. Alright. Okay, and the bottle is broken. Wow! You broke my bottle! Why, you make me hopping mad. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I died to the genie. I'll meet you back. Alright, we're back. I'm gonna leave in this whole annoying fight even though we were right at the end. Because that's just how I want to do it. Nah, nah, you can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle. Oh. See, I prefer the original. More challenging. Honestly, I don't know. Throwing the fireball slower makes it much harder to predict, but I think the idea was to make it easier because so many people struggled with the boss. But then the text... I don't know. I don't like the changes personally. I do think this version of the game is obviously better. That's the only negative change I can think of, and it's not really a negative. This boss fight So it's only marginally different. And I don't mind the hint text being there, because it only shows up the first time you have to throw the bottle. So that's fine. It's just a little slow. I still can't believe I've died twice in Bottle Grotto. It gets so much easier not to die as the game goes on, because you have more ways to heal. But it's making me miss Ocarina of Time, where you can just bottle up healing items, but there's no bottles in this game. They're only in A Link to the Past and Ocarina so far. And I know I talked about the timeline a little bit. I guess I could talk about it some more. So basically, Ocarina of Time goes into A Link to the Past, which after that goes into this game where Link has beaten Ganon in A Link to the Past and gotten restless and wants to go train for the next big threat. So he... Thank God you're dead. So Link goes on a journey and goes to train. On his way back to Hyrule, his raft gets destroyed, as we see in the opening, and he washes ashore Koholint Island. So it's basically a one-off plot that doesn't tie into much else. But after this, there's a different Link again, and that's Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. But this game takes place at the same time as BS Ancient Stone Tablets. The Game & Watch game, if you had to put it somewhere on the timeline, could easily take place around Zelda 1 or 2, after Zelda 2. I know that's where a lot of people put it, but we didn't really cover that on this channel. And BS Zelda is basically like an alternate timeline version of Zelda 1, where Link doesn't show up, and it's the hero of the town whose name has been stolen, which is the Satellaview avatar. My controller disconnected again. What poor timing. We're doing the rest of the video on keyboard! You've got the conch horn! Prairie! Prairie! The prairie is waiting! Alright! I will see you guys next time to make my controller reconnect. I just fully charged it. I don't know why it's doing this. It did this between videos again. Yep, it's just completely off. Why? Like, I took my computer out and put the Bluetooth antenna right in front of the controller. Not like too close or anything, but I don't know. It's so annoying. But I'll see you. Now that we have the power bracelet, the world has opened up. So I will see you for... God, the outros are so clunky. We're going to explore more of the world. What did you guess was going to happen? What did you think?